Oh, look. The spring is really starting to show itself, reveal itself. I think these would be open if it was a little warmer right now. I think some are trying. They're trying. But it's like me. They're afraid because, you know, like the saying, be bold, start cold. Sometimes it's just too stinking cold to be bold, and I start out warm and then have to take off layers. But I think they're waiting, like, yeah, it's just a little too cold. I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel you. I feel you, little flowers. I feel you. But anyway, this is what the trail is starting to look like. I think all the rain we've had in the last few days, not everywhere. Okay, you can see we're now going through a path, but there's no bushes either. So how could there be flowers if there's no flowering bushes? But anyway, it's not everywhere yet, but it's definitely showing up. And it's making it all the green, all the gorgeous green is being made even more beautiful with the bright colors of spring. It's awesome. So, oh, look at this one. There's a little brave one. I'm brave. I did it. But you know what? Reminds me of a quote that I heard years and years and years ago. So good. So powerful to me. Really drives the point home, right? How much God loves me. Oh, goody. You might get to witness like one of our Tough Mudder obstacle courses. Oh, yeah, well, it doesn't look like much, and this really isn't much. I'm just walking into a hole where a tree has toppled. I'm walking into a hole and walking out of a hole. Not a big deal. I wish you could have seen the last. It was like the tree was over. It was way too low to go under on 2 feet. I would have had to crawl on my hands and knees and gets my knees all filthy dirty with like mud, and I don't like that, even though I'm filthy anyway. Or crawl over, which could have sent me spiraling down the mountain, but it didn't. I crawled over and it was successful. So, back to this quote. So it was a message I was watching a church service online, and it was a woman giving the message to a group of girls, teenage age girls, maybe older, teenage to early 20s, who may have had a much more challenging life than me. Life hadn't been easy for them. And what the woman speaking was trying to get across was just the magnitude of God's love for us. And this is what she said. Your boyfriend may bring you flowers, but God brings you spring. Think of that. Your boyfriend loves you. And what he can do, compared to God, is so small. He can bring you a bouquet of flowers. And he loves you, and he's bringing you flowers. But God loves you so much, he brings you spring. I don't know. That just took me like so full of emotions and all of it. And just like God's love is so huge, and the magnitude of it and everything else was amazing. I'll never forget it. Okay. I think that's it for now. I haven't actually done my morning update. Well, why not? Let's just do it. So I ended up sleeping at, shucks, it was 472.5. Yes, that was it. I remembered. It's amazing. So I found a campsite at 472.5 miles. It was really, really great. There was no water, as I said in the video, but I was able to get it like a half a mile early, and it was fine. I easily carried it in. Had plenty. I even dumped some out this morning. So that was great. There were 2 people already there and a dog named Snoopy. He's so cute. They were wicked nice guys. I thought I was meeting 4 people that I was hiking with there, but they're so fast that my thought was, when they weren't there, that perhaps, see, this is why I shouldn't have done the update, because now I'm going uphill again and I'm huffing and puffing. Okay. I thought, oh, you know what? They probably, because I knew there was another campsite 2.5 miles up, and they're just so darn fast that they probably got there hours before me and decided to move on. Would not have surprised me. That was actually what I thought. But then, I mean, like an hour later, I'm all set up, camp's going, I'm yapping away to my two new friends, and oh look, we're brave. We're brave, or it's getting warmer. Yapping away to my two new friends. And they showed up, all 4 of them. And it was because apparently there was a bar and they stopped for beers. Not something this old lady does, but they did. So they showed up, and then it just became a wonderful, exciting, more energetic environment. And it was a lot of fun. But it was late. I mean, I got there after 7 and had to, pitch quick. And then thunder. It had started while I was climbing. I mean, I only had a half a mile. It was 1.2 miles. And so that for me is like half an hour. And it had been thundering. I had not seen lightning. When I got to camp and had pitched my tent, the lightning started, and I said, okay, it's gonna be, we're in the tent early tonight, people. And I didn't have to make dinner because I'd eaten that sandwich and then had the ice cream. I was plentiful, so that was good. I didn't have to get water. I already did that. So really it was just a matter of setting up my my tent and sleeping bag. So it was pretty quick, and bear bag. But let's see. And then the thunder and lightning came, and once I decided it wasn't scary anymore, like I got used to it, it was actually pretty cool. So I liked the light show. It wasn't that bad. Honestly, it wasn't bad. And the thunder is just cool sounding. And then a little bit of rain, not a lot. So that was reassuring. And my tent held up better than the other night because I made sure my flies were, my tent fly was super taut, spread way far and super taut. So there was a tiny bit of water in my tent, and I think it was actually me getting in and out of the tent and it dripping in. So I think I think it's fine. See, I don't think you can see it because the sun is, and it's hard to, anyway. It's hard, with the, I don't even know what that word is, but it's making anyway, forget it. I don't care. Okay. There's my view right now. Okay. So good. All right. So now what? Where am I headed tonight? Well, I have options. There is what appears to be a nice campsite at 15 miles. Then there's another campsite that the reviews are not that good and doesn't have water at 17 miles. And then if I were really capable and striving, and I might just, well, let's just put it this way. Okay, sorry, I had a bug biting my arm. Let's put it this way. Yes, I want to do this. Will I do this? Can I do this? Well, that remains to be seen. But there is a wicked nice sounding, all right, I'm doing this because there is a wicked nice sounding shelter. It has 16 bunks or areas to sleep, spaces, not bunks, spaces. Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? These pink ties would indicate that it is. A normal person might be smart enough to put their phone away, but not me. No. I am going to walk on these slippery logs and hope to heck. Oops. Oh my gosh. That I don't. Maybe I can mute out that moment. I hope I don't fall. Okay. Every once in a while, when I'm feeling entirely stressed, maybe the truck driver comes out in me. But I try really hard not to, okay? I think I've done pretty good so far. Anyway, okay. Anyway, this really great shelter is 26.5 miles away. Yeah, I know. It's a long day. Elevation gain, if I've done it right, is like 3,000 something, which actually spread over 26 miles. Not a lot. This might be a long day. So, as everything, my plans are in pencil and remain to be seen. But I'll keep you posted, as I always do. All right, I'm going to sign off for now. It looks like the trail's getting just a little bit more hairy than usual. This is, I should say, Damascus did get hit. So I actually have a picture of the flood, like that was taken probably by drone or airplane or whatever, right after the flood. I'll attach it after this video, and you can see, but the town really got hard hit, and they worked their tails off to bring it back and drum up business, and everybody's trying so hard. I mean, that diner yesterday, I had a pulled pork sandwich. I don't think I even told you what I had. It was outstanding. It was the Damascus Diner. It was a pulled pork sandwich with homemade coleslaw, and they don't normally have chips on the menu, but they just happen to have chips, and I asked for chips, and they gave me chips. I think chips always go with pulled pork. That's just me personally. Just like Sloppy Joe's, you gotta have chips. Okay, so it was outstanding. And everybody really cared. They were all smiling, huge, widely, wicked friendly, welcoming. They kept asking what more they could do. Went out of their way to offer us advice and places to stay if we were going to stay in town. She refilled my grubby water bottles with fresh water. I just asked for water in a cup so I could pour it in. She's like, no, I'll do it. Unbelievable, right? So, and then the chef actually came out and asked me how my meal was. So, you know what? They really, really care, and the town really wants to make a comeback. So, just amazing. So, and you can see all the new. There's a lot of new. You can see that they worked really hard and rebuilt. So, okay, I'll let you know where I land. Okay, bye for now. Okay, of course, there's one last thought. I knew there was. That's why I was hemming and hawing, but I knew there was. And I was talking about the diner. You'd think it would have come to me, but no. Hiker brain. So, as you know, I stayed in the campsite, and I've been joking that my English muffins were moldy. They're not moldy. I'm surprised they're not moldy. They should be moldy. They're like way old, but you don't throw food away on the trail, right? So, and I've decided too, while we're on the subject of English muffins, they were Dave's Killer Bread. There was nothing else. I thought, oh, the Dave's Killer Bread, how can it go wrong? Can I tell you, they're great English muffins. I love them at home, but they really make a big difference that you toast them. They're dense, which is good. I want dense food that'll carry me. But they're just not the same, not in a toaster. I don't think I'm going to buy those again for the trail. But I wasn't going to throw them away, so I ate my last one this morning, covered it in crunchy peanut butter. It was fine. It was delicious, but it was fine. It takes a lot of chewing. There's one thing it is. Okay, so I do that. I have my coffee. I'm feeling good. And then my friends who stayed in town went and had to send me pictures of their breakfast that they had at the diner. Pancakes, bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs. I'm like, you are no longer my friends. They were just funny. They stayed overnight at a church, and it had quiet hours very early. And one of them goes, you'd get in trouble. It's better you didn't stay with us, although you should have. And then they show me pictures of the breakfast, and they say, we miss you. And I'm like, rawr, as I'm eating I said, yeah, and here's me eating moldy, because I've been calling them moldy, but again, they're not. Moldy English muffins and peanut butter. Anyway, okay, that was that. Bye. Hey ho, Wilson. What do you think? Yeah, I could make a case for either. But I'm going to go this way. So funny. So remember last year I had taken that AT Institute class, how to successfully hike the AT. And I remember this bridge distinctly. We're actually going to turn left at the end of it. And I don't remember it being anything but absolutely fabulous. As far as the next, I don't actually know, but whatever the hike was that we took that day, the diagnostic hike, it was truly pleasant. So anyway, it was really cool to see this bridge again. And I've actually seen and remembered quite a few places because I'm in the general location of where the class was held. So I've seen a lot of things. I go, I've been here. Sometimes I took a picture of it, sometimes I didn't. But we were downtown Damascus. I was there. I remember that sign that I took the picture under. I remember how there was a barn. I didn't end up getting a picture because when I went in March, there was no tall grass. When I went there today, or yesterday, or the other day actually, 2 days ago, it was wicked tall grass. It was actually at that barn. The barn with the big AT symbol was where I got that. It was like the end of the day on the way to Double Springs, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful start to a sunset, right? Anyway, so pretty soon we're going to be taking a turn. I won't make you walk anymore with me. Anyway, I want you to see the beautiful bridge. There it is. I can see it. Oh, why not? You can see it too. Why don't you just wait a second? I'm huffing. I'm like, let's go quickly across the bridge. Don't drag this out. But there it is. See the double Wilsons. And so there's the double Wilsons, which tell me change is happening, a turn. And then there's the sign that says, if I go straight, I go to the Virginia Creeper Trail. And if I turn left, which I remember, I'll go on the Appalachian Trail. So that is what I'll do. I don't know if I'm making it to the Thomas Knob, which is the 26-mile shelter. I don't know. I've had so many interruptions today. Like, just had to pee 1,000,000 times. And that's such an ordeal every time. And then get water, and I don't know. Talk to a couple people. So anyway, I think just too much dilly-dallying and interruptions. Anyway, all right, we'll see where I land. Until later. So, in my cute little, I told you I had been here before. I wasn't even paying attention. I would have seen it. There was a sign, but I was kind of adjusting my pack and stuff. And I was looking down, and then I heard some guy yell out, "Hey, hey." And he said, we got a reroute, a small one, but if you wait an hour, you can use the new stairs. And I was thinking, oh, gee, I do not want to wait an hour. Because I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to land tonight, and it's already 2:30. So I was like, I'm like, what do I do? You want me to wait an hour? And he goes, no, just come down the reroute. So I did, and then I saw some folks working on the stairs, so I snapped a few pictures. You'll see that. And I spoke with a woman. It's the Mount Rogers Club, and they maintain about 60 miles on the AT. And there's a shelter in there that they that they help keep nice. And so anyway, it was nice to chat for a second with her. She says it's a pretty easy maintenance. They have but you know what? But what they were doing was not easy. And all the cleanup work, not easy. So I thanked them profusely for all that they're doing. But anyway, just wanted to let you know what that was all about. So, just about bedtime, hiker midnight. I thought, though, I'm wide awake and it's still light enough, so I thought I would give you a picture of the shelter, like take a sweep around the shelter. Lots of campsites. It's actually a wicked nice shelter. It looks like it's just been recently stained, and it's just like in perfect shapes, which is so, not what you find all the time. But lots of, look, they even have a bear box, right? It's a tool chest, but it works perfect. It's perfect. We haven't seen a bear box in weeks. They also have a privy. I haven't had a privy in weeks. The water source, not that far away, but it's not down a steep mountain, which is another thing that I've been seeing way too often. But anyway, I'll show you the shelter. I don't know how many it sleeps comfortably. I don't know, maybe 8 or 10. I swear we can fit a ton in, but it's deep too. So if you had to throw some of the lengthwise in the back, you could do that. All right, I know you can't really see in there because it's really dark, and but a whole bunch of familiar faces. Shadowed familiar faces. Look, Joker's back.
Let's go.
And Swampfoot, not Sled Dog. I can never get his name right, so I have a personal trail name for him. It's Sled Dog because everybody else calls him Swampfoot. Anyway, great. Let's see. And anyway, I got here probably around 3:30. I did not expect to stay. I was thinking, no way. It's only, I think it was like 15, 16 miles. And I thought, no way I'm going to stay here. It's too soon. But you know what? Something told me to do it, and I'm so glad I did. Just because, like, it's been a reunion with a bunch of familiar faces, as I said. And I was just tired. I could use a rest. And I guess tomorrow we'll start the day with a big climb. So why not? Yeah. And I'm really glad I did, although there's 0 cell service here. That doesn't really matter. I'm not supposed to be on technology except for updating you guys. Anyway, yeah, you can see it's starting. Bedtime is coming. My gosh, you see how peaceful it is? It just doesn't get any better than this, really, honestly, it doesn't. Like a minute ago, the owls were hooting. They're probably like, what are you doing over there? Anyway, okay, that's it. Oh, mile 487. I am in, oh, and I'm in Virginia. I didn't even say that. I know you saw the pictures yesterday, but I'm in Virginia. Can you believe it? It's state number 4. Woohoo! All right, can't wait to see the sunrise tomorrow. Until next time.